Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lena. Well, a part of this journey of painting with oil every day is also to get situated, to figure out what I like, what I dislike, and how my setup is gonna be, you know, with the tools, how I'm gonna work in my work routine with cleaning brushes and stuff like that. And I talked about oil types, and I in a previous upload was talking about some inexpensive oil set kit that I bought for less than $5 at the supermarket, and I painted with it. It's more than 5 weeks ago, and in my video I referred to it as being tacky, and then it just dawned to me that in English vocabulary, tacky can also mean something like not looking good, looking faux, like imposter. I don't know. There is a dual meaning to the word tacky, but the tacky that I was talking about is stickiness. Can you hear it? You can almost hear it, right? It's not sticky, so it would like, I can't like mash this up a wall and then it will hang there, but it's tacky in the way that, you know, if you put a piece of paper on it, it sticks. So it's got almost the same tackiness as a sticky note. That's very annoying. It's like it's never gonna curate. So I'm gonna wait the infamous 6 months, and then I'm gonna try and varnish it and see if it takes away the tacky surface, because right now it's so tacky, sticky. I better say sticky, right? I'm gonna get into problems again here. It is so sticky that I predict a lot of dust and cat hair and what else, pollen is flying in the air, can actually sit on this surface and then just mess it up. So yeah. And speaking about cat, it was bound to happen. It was a disaster waiting to occur, and it happened. Remember that I lifted off some oil onto a wooden flat pallet that I was using on my desk? Yeah. The cat jumped on it and landed slam on a mix that I had going on. And it was such a Peter to clean off her poor kitty. And I was wondering, would it be easier to have cleaned her off if I had used the water mixable oils? I hope that I don't come in a situation where I have to figure and learn that out. But she landed on a mix of Rembrandt real oils. And I just immediately was thinking, this is not working out. I'm sorry. What happens is that when something flat is lying on my desk and she hops up, she thinks she can land on it. But as soon as something is partially raised, like this raised item is enough. If this is lying on my desk, I'm sorry, she somehow, because she's a magical creature, she can dodge it. While she's in the air jumping and still deciding where to land, she can dodge an area like this. But she cannot dodge a almost like 10 by 10 inch plate of mixing tray with a very low profile, because she thinks she can just land on it. So I did something that maybe is super stupid, I don't know, but I'm taking one for the team. Let me test it out, and then I'll come back to you after I worked with it for a while and tell you if it was a really bad idea. What I did was that I recently bought this set of watercolors from Sennelier, and when I saw it that it came with a little wooden palette, I was actually thinking about, oh, it could be fun to have like oils in it. So what I have made is that I actually took the little palette it came with and put down, what is it called? It's vinyl with an adhesive sticky background. So now I got a vinyl white surface for mixing, and it's just wood on the back. Then I raised up this on some chopsticks, so when I close it, my palette can rest on the dowels and will not touch the half pans, and I can actually, can you see how easy it is? If I have to leave my work desk, I can close in a palette and my paint with just a, and then it's secure, and I can still stack on top of this. And now comes the crazy part of it. I have on the feeling that these paints will be slower to curate because they got a container that they're lying in, so that there are not so many open sides. So I can still have an entrance in one end of the pan and dig out the fresh paint that's underneath the top layering paint skin that will form after, what did we say, was it 10-11 days? So I'm gonna test this out and see. Nothing is glued down or married down, so it's very effortless for me to pick out a pan. And I think it's very effortless to clean it up also, because I got a lot of metal spatulas with odd shapes, and I actually have one with a square pointed tip, so it looks like I can just go straight down to the pan and then scoop everything out. So let me try this out and see if I like this as a work tool. But so far, this, as long as I keep this mixing tray in this container that got like a raised profile, I know that my cat will never jump up and land on top of this. She has never done anything like that before. But she will land on a flat palette lying on my desk. So yeah, let me give this a ringer in my art room, and then come back with a review of whether this was a good or a bad idea. Oh man, I feel so crazy. Well, this is a rather lengthy painting recording thing. But I wanted you to see how I work with the palette, and I think I should put some double adhesive tape underneath the pans so they don't lift up when I, with a spatula, go in and grab for some color. But I wanted you to have like a more recorded session, so you actually can see that it works well with having a very small mixing tray, even though it looks so tiny, right? But hey, my canvas is also tiny, so it's very little that you have to mix at the time. And I was very bold just to go in and dip directly from the pans also, which is a bad habit of mine. You should actually always scoop it out on the palette and then not contaminate your pans. It's so crazy to talk about contaminating pans when we are talking about oils. I know there is at least one oil painter out there watching this and thinking you have lost your mind. But I actually like this small container. I had a break in this painting session where I could just stack the palette on top of the chopstick rods and close the lid and go, and then I just felt so at ease inside knowing that all my paints are now in a container with a lid on it. And now I've done painting, and I simply just closed it up and put it on my table in my messy stash, and it's just the same as the ice cube tray I had of plastic. I feel at ease knowing that This palette is kind of tucked away in a secure way that's easy to reach, and yeah, I think I'm gonna like this actually, even though it looks super crazy. And I'm very interested in seeing how long will this paint stay fresh in this container, because I actually think it will stay fresh longer because they are in this little compartment that are only exposed to air on one surface, and oil will create a little bit of skin. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see. I also like the glob sizes that you can squeeze into these full pans, because working on tiny canvases as I am doing, you really just got plenty. So yeah, what I'm painting is out of a reference picture that I found on the internet. I don't have any credit to give. I'm so bad at that, right? But it's a gargoyle with the view over Paris. I think it's a gargoyle from Notre Dame. I'm pretty sure it's from Notre Dame. And yeah, I'm working with gargoyles this month over at my Patreon. So I just recently have sketched this with oil, colored pencils, and alcohol markers. So I kind of want to do a rendition of it in oils, since I had the sketch fresh in mind. That sounds so convincing, right? But the truth is that all my focus has been on making this palette, that I wasn't really motivated. You know, I didn't have a motive that just kicked joy when I thought about, yes, I'm gonna paint that. So all my motivation for this painting session was just to try out this crazy palette. So I just did a rendition of a drawing that I just recently did. So hooray for muscle memory. I really like that ombre of the background. With the sun, you have to be like really careful working with lemon yellow on a blue toned background, because it may turn greenish. So I was thinking that should I go for the raw sienna, but I'm so glad that I picked the lemon yellow, because then I really got that yellow that the reference picture also have. And I also have some pink tones, so there's a good foundation for making mud. But I just was very sparingly with my brush strokes, so I think I avoid creating the worst mud. Well, yeah, now I really don't know what to say. I could talk about my Patreon. Over at my Patreon, you are able to view my Patreon setup without being a member, so you can see all the posts that I have done. I think I did like 15 posts in October, so oh my god, that's almost like every second day. Yeah, I'm very active over there. But what I wanted to say is that I have added a new tab called Shop, and when you click on that, you will see all these small paintings set up for sale. And you can, they're just called like day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can't believe how good it looks. It's, for me, it's like a picture gallery, you know. Like, it's like this wall of tiny pictures that's just growing day for day, and it looks so cool. In real life, these paintings are actually lying on this, we have this old CD rack furniture from IKEA that is customized for holding CD cases. But if you have noticed, these small canvases is actually just the size of a CD case. So I used 2 of those furnitures for just drying, because I think it takes at least 2 weeks before I dare to touch these canvases, which has also made me wonder, like, oh, what do I do if a person decides to buy one of my small paintings, I couldn't ship it right away because it needs to curate for at least 14 days. So I just want to put it out there that I got them for sale at a shop, but they need to curate 2 weeks before they're ready to be shipped out. But because I'm doing this on a daily day challenge thing, I'm just posting them over there. So yeah, I just wanna say that. What else to say? Yeah, I love that I had to mix a batch of something so I could take off the contaminated part of the white pan. So actually, when I finished these painting sessions, none of the pans were contaminated. So even though I did a mix of dipping directly in the pans with my dirty brush, I managed to keep it rather clean and neat, which is like super nice. But yeah, I really enjoy and paint with the Rembrandt oil. They are very creamy, and I think they're very nice to mix with. Like I don't know. It's just super likable. Here I'm using an acrylic brush. I think it's a size 1 or maybe a size 2. I'm not sure, but I actually liked working with it. I think that the tiny brush set or the tiniest brush in my oil brush set that I got is made out of the wrong ferrule, or what is it called? It's not real hair, it's like a synthetic hair. It's made out of the wrong type of hair, so the tiny brush splits. So I just switched to this acrylic vinyl. I think it's made out of plastic. And I've never mixed like that before, you know. I've been very like tidy, like watercolor brushes for itself, oil, and then acrylic in each their jug. But today I learned that I can just easily just pick up brushes made for acrylic to work with oils, and that's nice to know. Yada yada yada. I don't even know what to say. It's October, and yeah, fall is coming. I love October. That's like my favorite month. I think maybe it's because my birthday is in October, so you always love your birthday month, right? I do. So, but yeah, I'm kind of happy today, you know. So life is good. Life is really good. Now I just regret that I didn't speed up this even more, so you didn't have to waste time listening to me not even knowing what to say. It's just, you know, I'm doing these uploads every day, so I don't really have anything new under the sun, you know. So yeah, but I am painting this gargoyle while I'm thinking about, I can't wait to plunge into that topic over at my Patreon. I'm so interested in knowing all about the gargoyle, who invented them, why do they look like they do, are they a symbol of something evil, why do they appear on churches, you know, there's so many questions. So yeah, it's gonna be an exciting month to really investigate, and I got so many days to dig into this topic, so it's gonna be cool. But anyway, thank you for watching. I wish you a wonderful day, and stay happy. And I'm gonna say bye bye for now.